It's in the game. college football season. Ranked team against unranked opponent, and we'll see if the upset can shake up the rankings in this one. Welcome, everyone, to the home of the Oregon Ducks, the House of Loud, Autzen Stadium in Eugene. As we'll see a squad from the SEC, the LSU Tigers, taking on the fourth-ranked team in the land, the Oregon Ducks. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. LSU ready to kick it away to get things started. He'll bring it out. It's Stewart. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when it out of the end zone, he'll be stopped at the 15. From the gun, the ground game. Slams into the pile, he'll get 1 to the 17. And the Ducks moving quickly to the line.
And that wasn't a big gain, but look at the offense. Right back on the ball, ready to call a play, ready to go fast.
He lofts one down the sideline. He's got it down the right side. And he was loose and out the gate and doesn't go down until he gets to the 48-yard line. You look to be backed up, and then suddenly you're not. Big play has them across the 50, and they'll have it 1st and 10. On the run, it's Whittington. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. He has such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill.
He's going for the big play. Wide open, he makes the catch. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8.
We knew this offense wanted to come out here and let it rip through the air. This QB is in a beautiful rhythm early. Nice job with his footwork and his eyes, and he completes a big one there. Get this offense home.
Complete.
This is the area of the field defensively. It really doesn't matter what they've done to get here. You got to go up, try to force the field goal. Nice job on first down and goal, getting him tackled to the ground.
The run up the middle, trying to steamroll his way in. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches.
And with the stuff there, Jesse, on second down, this little third to mid-range, you got 2 downs. What are you thinking here?
Maybe getting your quarterback out on the perimeter and giving him a run-pass option. See if you can get the defense in a bind.
Caught behind the line. It's Johnson. Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a third down stop. Gets it out quickly. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Oregon! You thought it was noisy when the duck rolled out on that motorcycle? Decimals through the roof in the House of Loud.
And what a great job getting this crowd going early. This is not one of the biggest crowds in the country, but Alson Stadium is one of the loudest places you will ever be in, and they love their Ducks.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Fielded in the end zone. It's Anderson. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. How about that tough, hard-nosed running? Rich legacy of that at LSU. Reminds me of Charles Alexander.
Yeah, and unfortunately, I was a part of that legacy, Reese, on the other side when Justin Vincent rushed.
Turning it on! And they're getting it rolling with that play to the 42-yard line. LSU quick to the line.
The defense has got to be more physical up front. Don't let them have those running lane, those holes to break off a nice run, get a first down. And here's the thing, you better reload quick because they're right back on the line to call another play.
This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. Using that running game to bludgeon forward, he's got 4 down to the 35.
I think that was an example of the offensive coordinator trying to help out his quarterback. He's trying to keep these third downs manageable. You know, you throw the ball on second down and it's incomplete. Now you've set up third and long, and now you're set up to fail.
The power of Autzen Stadium on full display. The House of Loud is deafening on this third down. They get him stopped, but the big gain has them on the doorstep. Let's mark it at the 13. DB's locked up tight on the receivers. The hand to the running back. Headed to the end zone, and he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Tigers!
The offense goes as he goes, so really no surprise on the opening drive. They keep feeding him the football. He showed you all of his ability on that TD.
The extra point here would tie the game. And he made the extra point without problem. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And the capper came on the run to the end zone from the 13. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. Coming out with it, it's Stewart. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Quarterback making adjustments. Got it in the middle, it's Moore. Right down the gut of the field.
quarterback gets through his progression, David, gets you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
He'll bring it out. It's Anderson. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out in the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Good news, I guess. A lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. Looking for a man. It's Nussmeier. Grab near the marker. It's Anderson. Breaks into the open. And an explosive play has him on the move, and he gets it all the way to the 48-yard line. That big explosive play carries them into plus territory. They'll snap it 1st and 10 from just across the 50. Looking to throw on 1st down. He'll pull it down. Bulldozes his way through. Inside the 35, knocked out of bounds. This offense with a big play, and they'll mark it at the 33. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. From the gun, they'll try the middle. Sweet cut there. Time has expired here in the quarter, and Oregon has the lead. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. Lots of time left and ready to go back at it here in the second quarter. Had a chance to talk it over during the break, and they'll start with 2nd down. Back in motion, trying to clear the picture. Wants to go up top. Got a man. It's Green. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. LSU right back to the line.
Well, the defense makes the tackle. They give up the 1st down. They've now got to communicate the next play call. They can't substitute because the offense is going fast.
They get him down, tough run, picks up 4. They'll mark it at the 19. Defense dropping into soft coverage. To the air, it's Nussmeier. Unleashes to the end zone. Had it in his hands for the score and let it fall to the turf. It'll be 3rd down. This crowd knows when to bring it. 3rd down play from the gun. Grabbed over the middle. It's Hilton. Doesn't quite make it to the 1st down marker. He's a yard short. No movement from the field goal unit. The offense is out there to try to keep this drive alive on 4th down. Grab near the marker. It's Anderson. Got enough space. Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it 1st and goal.
And they must have had a play in practice that they just felt was unstoppable because they essentially just took away an automatic chip shot field goal to go for that 4th down. But because of the execution, it was just too good. They're looking now to score 6.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals.
And the running back gets his 2nd rushing touchdown of the game. You want to continue to feed this guy. You could tell he's got a nose for the end zone, knows how to get in there, knows how to make things happen.
Extra point here will tie the game. And they pick up the extra point. Kicker knocked it right down the middle. So a drive there of 84 yards, and they finish it off with the score from the 4. After that latest answer tied things up, just about set to kick it away again. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. more to the air. Here's a hit. They get to him as he throws.
He didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell incomplete.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Fires to the wideout. Catch in the middle. It's Benson. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with the first down.
Ooh, that's a nice throw. Great accuracy there. And you think about Oregon quarterbacks, I know we think about guys running around a little bit, but think back to guys like Dan Fouts, A.J. Feely. How about that?
He's going to fire deep. He holds it in, and nobody's close. Touchdown, Oregon! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
Now, a lot of times you see those receivers, as soon as they get by the DBs, you know, that hand goes straight up in the air. I got him. I got to step on him. He got to step on him. And the ball was thrown perfectly out in front. You can see he runs underneath it, gets it, and gets the long touchdown on the go route.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. Picks up a useful 5-yard chunk out to the 30-yard line. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. They'll leave it with him. Picks up the first down. Oh, it's a fumble. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense. Gets a turnover.
I love those smashes where you can hear it up here, Reese. Goodness gracious, you can hear the contact. Such a big lick. The offensive guy doesn't hold on to the football. Huge momentum swing. Big turnover forced by the defense.
And how about the keen eyes and sharp awareness from the coach to challenge that call, and the officials agree it'll go his way. There's the pressure. And the defense gets home. Yippee-ki-yay at 35. A first down sack can be a drive killer. Now it's 2nd and 13. To the air, it's Nussmeier. Unloads to the right. It's caught. Creates a little space. Busts through behind his pad. There he goes. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, LSU!
I was so excited for this game because I just knew it was going to be a back-and-forth battle, and that's what we've seen here. Great job by the quarterback, good decision, reading the coverage, accurate throw. They get the extra point. This thing is all knotted up.
And he makes the extra point. All tied up and just about set to kick it away. Fielded in the end zone, it's Stewart. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. This drive opens up at the 23-yard line. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. Lost a throw on first down. Oh, they're after him! And the defense makes makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
That is exactly what this defense needed. They have not had a great first half, giving up a bunch of touchdowns, but this might get them started. This might get the energy going and maybe rattle the quarterback a little bit with that sack.
The RPO, fire complete to the left. Gets it out to the 22 before going out of bounds, and they are suddenly out of trouble. And after that pitch and catch, he's already over 200 yards, and we're in the first half, Jesse.
Man, Reese, he's dialed in right now. He's really doing a nice job seeing the field, reading coverages, and finding his open guy.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Moore will throw. Trying to set up the screen. Shows him the stiff arm. He'll be forced out of bounds at the 28-yard line as this offense tries to mount a drive.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
They're throwing for it on 4th down. Snagged in the middle, it's Benson. A fresh set of downs after that 4th down conversion, but still the up-tempo as they get to the line quickly. Looking to throw on 1st down. Just not quite able to make the connection. It's incomplete.
Well, on offense, no doubt, right? You've had success. You're throwing some tutties. Why not keep throwing it? They're going to keep being aggressive. You're going to have to do a better job, though, keeping this quarterback standing up.
The sweet feet buy a little time. He's going to let one go back to the middle. It's complete. They get him on the ground late in the half. They have the 1st down at the 41.
One of the things that makes this quarterback so dangerous is how accurate he can be when he's on the run. And he's a guy that's looking to throw. He's not looking to take off himself. Showed you that accuracy on that play to get the 1st.
Stepping to the right. Throwing on the run. It's him in stride inside the 10. Almost took it all the way, but a huge gain, and he has him set up 1st and goal. Looking to throw. Makes the grab. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
It's hard to throw the ball down here in the red zone, man. These windows are tiny, and that's why the teams that can run the ball the best generally are the best red zone offenses.
The give to the back. And he takes it in for a score. Touchdown, Ducks!
And the offense breaks the tie, takes the lead, gains some momentum. How big is this, Palmer, now going into the half with the lead, with the momentum?
Well, they break the tie, but they also break their confidence a little bit now. The opponent now has to go into the locker room probably down, and they're wondering, what adjustments do we have to make? What do we have to fix? Because we've got our work cut out for us in this game.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. They'll see if they can find some running room on the right here. Knocked down in the backfield, and boy, this guy's had a good day, but they finally get to him on that run. Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Looking to throw, it's Nussmeier. He hurls one deep down the left side. The pass is incomplete, and 1 second is left.
This is going to be a tough situation for the offense here. Late in the first half, they're trying to find a way to generate some points before going into the locker room, but the defense is ready for it. So the windows are not going to be very big, especially when you're trying to attack vertically like they did on that last one. downfield, completions are going to be tough to come by.
Makes the catch. It's Brown. They finally make the stop. That's going to make those halftime stats look a little bit nicer as we head to the break. And that'll do it. Here in the second quarter, halftime has arrived, and we head to the studio. The Ducks will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. He'll bring it out. It's Thomas. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. They had a really productive first half, but in a game like this, they better keep it up.
You know, at halftime, the offense and defense separate, and they kind of go over their own adjustments. You know the offense was saying to themselves very quietly, guys, we're not going to stop anybody. We got to keep scoring if we're going to win this game. So
he is sacked way behind the line of scrimmage. Just a catastrophic play there.
Man, a lot of coaches talk about starting the drive positive and the first play that can get you going. The QB just kept backing up and going backwards, and that is not the start to the drive.
Oh, he's got some space. Jumped on top of the pile.
I don't think the defense was expecting run on that play. Second and forever. They were all dropping back into coverage. They got gashed.
Fires left. And this is going to be incomplete on third down.
Man, that's a big stop on this first drive. That's got to energize this defense. They didn't have a great first half. Let's just call it what it is. They could have done a lot better. But to come out, make some adjustments, get a stop on this first possession, that's a good sign for this defense.
He'll take a deep shot here. Oh, he dropped it. He just lost his concentration and didn't look it all the way in. Desperately wanted to keep the ball, but they did not. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. The last time they had it, just an aerial assault. Precision execution, moved right down the field and put it in the end zone. He is going nowhere. Stopped at the line of scrimmage.
I like the idea by the quarterback there. You're trying to get this first down, so you find the tight end, see if he can make a guy miss or shake a tackle. Not able to get it done.
Grabbed behind the line. It's Green. And that did not work. Defense smelled that one out from the beginning.
Man, on those screen passes, I want those defensive linemen to run right up the field, and I want to throw it right over their head where I got some space and I can get my running back going. That is the opposite of what happened right there. There was no space. He couldn't even get going.
That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker.
Good play call on defense. Third down in that situation, you're just playing a big zone. You want everybody having their eyes on the quarterback, playing in their areas, and you want them rallying to the football. As soon as that running back caught the ball, they all came screaming in. They were able to make the tackle and now set up fourth.
Fourth down and 4 yards to go. The offense will try to get it. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Lets it go to the end zone. Touchdown, Oregon! Quick strike through the air for the score.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now in game.
Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game. So, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
What a phenomenal job in the open field, breaking up.
Turning it on! Got enough for the first. Make the stop at the 40, but it's a 10-yard gain and a fresh set of downs. Looking downfield, it's Nussmeier.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down, gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
And I like easy, not complicated, quick little out routes for my tight end that I know I can get a positive gain, keep me ahead of the sticks, and put me in a good situation.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Back to pass. Fires to the right. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Taking it the other way. They'll make the stop on the return at the 38-yard line as this defense records an interception.
And that's why as quarterbacks, you cannot telegraph the pass. You cannot stare down your receivers because these defenders, they're watching it. And that defender knew exactly where the QB was going with that football, and that's why he picked it off.
Opening snap of this drive comes from the 38-yard line. First play of the drive, wants to throw. Rush is on him. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Going the other way, and he's got room. Running inside the 20. And he's going to run it all the way back. Touchdown, LSU!
And this is exactly what you dream about for a defense. Forcing the big turnover, making the pick, and then putting points on the board yourself. Great play by the defense.
Dropping back, it's Nussmeier. He's got it in the end zone for the 2 as they trim more off of that lead. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. He'll bring it out. It's Benson. Maybe a little too bold on that return as he's out of bounds at the 11. This drive will commence from their own 11-yard line. Power football with the run. Got the first down, looking for more. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. The Ducks are in the hurry-up.
And how about that? Right after they get the explosive play running the ball, they're going right back to the line of scrimmage for some tempo.
Wants to go up top on first down. Pressure coming. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job.
Lofts one high and deep. And that's going to be incomplete, going for broke on second down, but third down's coming up.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls. Against this receiver and his speed, he's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
They come to the line facing third and long from the 25. He wants to throw it. Another incompletion on third down.
This game just feels so different than it did in the first half. After that incompletion, now setting up fourth down, they only have a one-possession lead. Things were looking so much better earlier in the game. They're going to have to get it together throwing the football if they want to win this game.
3 straight misfires has left them staring at 4th and 10, but they'll try it again. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Catch in the middle, it's Benson. And he'll go down, but he has enough for the first down. Big catches, big plays, tons of yards through 3 quarters for these 2 guys. Not only is has the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the fourth.
29.
They go back to work in the final period of this one. They'll run it, trying to drain time off the clock. There was just nowhere to cut back. Great job by the defense, and he'll have to take the loss.
Second down.
And this situation here on second down is the exact situation this offense wanted to stay out of. You got the lead late in the ball game. You want to get positive yards, keep that clock ticking. Now in a situation, it's interesting. Do they want to throw the football? How much do they trust their quarterback not to make a mistake here late in the football game with the lead?
Seventh play of the drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Wants to adjust the pattern. They'll run play action. The sure hands, it's Davison. He stopped short, and it's fourth down.
Listen, I know this running back is shifty. I know he's really good in the open field, but that's just asking too much of him at this point. Third and long situation. He wasn't going to be able to make that extra guy miss trying to get that first down.
Boy, if they don't convert this fourth down, there will be questions to be answered. Complete out of the backfield, looking for the sticks. Nice pickup there, gets him the first down and sets him up at the 45-yard line.
And how about this offense, man? They put the ball in the hands of the guy they trust the most. Fourth down, needed conversion. You're wanting to salt this clock away. You want this game to end with...
Breaks into the open. That's why a good running game is a coach's and quarterback's best friend when you're trying to put the lid on the game.
Really impressed with the running back. His stats haven't been great, right? Every yard has been hard to come by, but these are some of the best runs we've seen in the game by him, and it's happening at the most important time here in the fourth quarter.
Might have led him a little too far. He's able to make the catch, but can't get the feet down in bounds.
And that was a good effort. That was a good throw, good catch, but he just ran out of real estate. And if I'm a QB, you want to miss outside. You definitely don't want to miss inside, but, man, he didn't miss by much.
Holds and fires complete to the right. They make the stop. Not a whole lot of ground picked up there, and they'll have work to do to get the first down. And the Ducks want to pick up the tempo. Moore to the air. Looking for the score. Touchdown, Ducks! They get it into the end zone to pay off that opportunity.
And that is a drive and a score they absolutely had to have. Now making it a two-possession game late in this one. It wasn't going to be enough to just play it safe, play it conservative, punt the ball away, and count on your defense. They were aggressive. They mixed it up, but getting that score, that is huge for their win probability now.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the extra point makes this a 13-point game here in the fourth. Precise, relentless execution on that 13-play scoring drive. And the scoring play comes on a touchdown pass from 22 yards out. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No,
Going over the top. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Looking downfield, it's Nussmeier. This time it's complete. Out across the 45 and out of bounds at the 46-yard line. A big pickup here as they try to put together a scoring drive. The offense setting up shop at the 46, 1st and 10. To the air on 1st down. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. Makes the catch on the left. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers.
Well, the good news is you scored a touchdown. You've made this a one-possession game. The bad news is you got to get the ball back. So if you're the head coach, you got to start thinking, how are we going to do that? Are we going onside kick, or do we trust our defense to give it back to the O?
And they did tack on the extra point. They got one of the touchdowns they needed, and they'll try to get the ball back right now with the onside kick. And a few anxious moments, but the hands team is able to fall on it. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. Okay, Jesse, this is a little bit of a tight spot. You'd love to be aggressive enough to get the first down. There he goes! Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal.
All right, defense, if they score, it's a wrap. It's over. So we got to find a way. I know the clock's our enemy, but we got to find a way to get a stop, put ourselves in a position we can get the ball with some clock, try to go down and make something happen offensively.
This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line. Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? Barrels ahead. They finally get a hold of him, knocking him down behind the line of scrimmage. He had been running wild. Making side adjustments here. Off play action. Big fella moving. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Oregon!
And it was so important for the offense to come up with a touchdown there and not kick a field goal. You're trying to put this thing out of reach. And that touchdown puts so much pressure on their opponent now with less than 2 minutes to go.
Can't quite make the connection there. Might have led him a little too much. Now they'll try to get another possession with an onside kick. They're on it. They recover the onside kick, and they get it right back.
Well, it's one thing to be aggressive. It's another thing to be greedy, and that's what they're doing now. They've got the lead, and they're like, no, we're still going to go onside kick this thing and try to maintain possession and just not give you the ball back. And that's exactly what they did. They go out, they execute, they have it, and they're trying to add insult to injury.
He's going to let one fly down the middle. Makes the grab at the 10. They get him down, but this offense is set up 1st and goal from the 9.
Man, we knew coming into this game just how explosive this offense could be, and a big part of that is their ability to throw the football. They've scored a ton of points, and it's because they